Greeting, friend. Do you feel that your life is a bit mundane? Do you want some changes? Great. Let me take you there. First, you need some magic powder. Welcome to Genshin Impact. You may heard about it before, and you may think to yourself,
I'm gonna fucking shoot up a Walmart! In Minecraft.
should I try this game? Yes. This game has a gigantic open world and deep storytelling. And the amount of content this game has will ensure you never have to touch grass or interact with other humans ever again. However, if this does not tickle your fancy, I have an alternative. Wuthering Wave has a bit of Genshin in its game, not to the point it become a straight ripoff. The game has a lot of different mechanics and features that help the game stand out. And for those want to play Genshin but don't want to catch up to all of its contents, well, instead of doing anything else that will help you better yourself, you could play Wuthering. Now then, let's dive into the main differences between these two games, starting with... Characters can use one of 5 types of weapons: sword, big sword, spear, bow, and books.
Look, books pave the road to your future. Come on, son, let's time travel.
All of them have a normal attack, charge attack, and a plunge attack. Each of them also has some passive skill, an E skill, and an ultimate.
Torn to oblivion.
Now, that's only character. Let's put them in a team. A team has 4 characters. Each character has one of 4 roles. You got the damage dealer.
You've done well so far, but up until now I've only been using a mere 5% of my power. Now let's see how well you fare against my Biden blast!
The one helps the damage dealer deal damage with the damage in the back line. The one helps the damage dealer deal more damage. The one heals or shields the damage dealer so the damage dealer can deal damage without dying. But how can we make a good team, you ask?
Smoke!
Element. Genshin currently has 7 elements, and they are fire, water, wind, thunder, trees, ice, and rock. There's also physics, but punching someone is not as cool as burning someone alive. Think of these elements like status effect. Genshin's status effect alone is useless, but if you add another element into your target, you will have an... you will have an elemental reaction. With each element combined, you will have different effect, and I will try to explain it so a zoo monkey can understand. Let's start with Anemo the wind element. You blow wind to these 4 elements, they will swirl, dealing both wind and the element it blows. The caveman weapon rock, or Geo, like Anemo, can only react to hydro, cryo, pyro, electro. But unlike a Nemo, it will produce small crystal, pick it up, and you got shield. Simple. Now the big four, fire and water. This will vaporize. Vaporize will increase the damage of the second element apply on it. Example, fire first, water second. Water will do more damage and reverse. Fire with ice, this will melt. Melt just like vaporize, but instead of hitting you with a bat, it hits you with a truck. Fire and electro, this will overload. Overload can go Walter. And ice, this will freeze. Freezed enemy can't move, but you can so do what you will. Walter. And electro, this will electrocharged. Electrocharged shocks the enemies. Electro and ice, this will superconduct. This make the enemy take more physical damage. Dendro. The genius element dendro and water. This will bloom. Bloom reaction will make a pocket fruit bomb. This bomb stay there for a few seconds and blow up. But if you shock it, it will turn into a tracking missile and fly straight into the enemy's skull that's called hyperbloom. But if you burn it, it will combust, causing deforestation called burgeon. Dendro and electro caused quickened. To make it simple, quicken makes the tree or thunder do more damage. The green number will be bigger if it spreads, and the purple will be bigger if you aggravate. If you want a bit more in depth, here's a video by Jayhoon explaining it. Thanks, Jay. Oh, and also, dendro and fire cause... Now then, we are done with Genshin combat. What about their competitor? Ah! Like Genshin, Wuthering has 5 types of weapons. Sword, longer sword, fisting, guns, and a satellite. You also have your standard normal, charge, plunge attack, E, and ultimate abilities. Additionally, you have your perfect dodge and a counter. Unlike Genshin passive, Wuthering's passive is more active. It's called Fort Circus. See this bar down here? When at full, your character can use their enhance attack. Here is an example. This is Genshin normal charge attack, and this is when her audio responder is full.
Admit it! You have very good parents!
There's also your intro-outro skill. This is called Concerto Gauge. When the circle on the left of your health bar is full, the character icon on the right will flashy flash. Click on it and your on-field will trigger their outro skill, and the character you click will use their intro skill. This intro-outro skill either does damage, gives some buff, or gives the on-field character some kind of support. Last thing, Wuthering Wave Team. A team only has 3 characters, and most of the team's setup are the damage doer, the damage helper, finally the heal or shield, and can also buff, cause why not? Genshin team are very different from Wuthering Wave Team. Genshin's character alone are very useless, unless you are some kind of water dragon. You can turn a shit tier character into the best character in the game if you put them in the right team. Example. This is Diluc. And this is him with a mother of 2. However, Wuthering is very different. A character alone, mostly main damage dealer, can do very well just by themselves. Having a team just boosts that character effectiveness. So if you know what you are doing, you can solo a boss with one character easily. I think that's all the Wuthering Wave mechanic. I don't think there is anything else to talk about, so let's go to next. Oh, you. Wuthering Wave elements are basically weakness system. Bring the right element to the right enemies and you will do more damage. That's it. We are done with Genshin and Wuthering Wave combat, quite different from each other. Genshin has more team focus and element mixing, and Wuthering is more focused on one character and how well you perform. So for all of you out there still think Wuthering Wave combat is better than Genshin while they are very different.